Alrighty, well, welcome everyone to the classic thing that we do whenever we reach the end of a Minecraft mod pack, where we're just gonna go back and do a recap for nostalgia of all the things we accomplished here. I'm
Yeah,
your
that's
host,
the third
Nate,
time.
and with me is, of course, Mark, who's just intently
Hello.
staring at a pole, no longer. Don't mind my, Mary Poppins umbrella, it's just part of the ride. So, if we first start this by looking at the map, getting a brief spoiler, but we started originally all the way over here by this nice little Minecraft village, and you can see this was our first house, which was a temporary outpost we used basically while playing through the vanilla part of the game. Making it to the Nether, killing the Ender Dragon, etc., etc. And then we went off in search of a place to do what the purpose of this pack is, i.e. build our colony.
Indeed.
And somehow, for some reason, we ended up all the way over here. You can see a bird's eye view of our colony from here. You also saw Mark just turn the lights on. And, yeah, today we will be going through everything we accomplished, which you see on screen in some detail.
It's quite a nice little village.
Yeah, I mean, we really got a lot going on here. So, yes, we made landfall, and this was the first building that we constructed to originally be a house for us, but I don't think we ever actually used it as a house.
No.
There's a waystone, which goes back to our first house I showed a moment ago. And this house is mostly just for bees and animals. And, I think its main utilization for the past most of this mod pack has been this room down here, where bees just kind of magically produce a lot of basic blocks for us. So yeah, if we were ever low on clay or gravel or stone, we would just go down here and grab some, because bees can make that, apparently.
Yep, just like forestry bees, but these were cuter for our beekeeper.
Let's see.
No forestry mod instead.
So, yeah, that was the initial building, but that wasn't truly a part of the colony insofar as the, mod itself. Now, what really started our colony was this in here. So I forget what they're called, but there's some special type of, block which just had the starter items for the colony. And we placed that around here. And after we did so, what we needed
Supply
was...
wagon. That's what it was called.
Supply wagon. There we go. After we did so, what we needed next was a builder. So here, this is a builder's hut. This was the first true proper building in our colony we built. And with the worker, recall worker, Truby Arnold. Truby Arnold is the OG. He's like... He's been here since the very beginning. A large portion of our town is attributed to this man who sometimes just stares out the window.
He's earned it. He's built
he's
half the buildings in this village.
You see his stats. He's pretty well kitted out. Everything you need for building: athletics, dexterity, strength, agility, adaptability. He's got it all. He's the complete package. Unfortunately, ladies, he is not single, and he does have many kids, so you can't claim him, but he's the best. So yeah, builder's hut. I mean, you can see a little bit. Nice little staging area. If you're not familiar with the Minecolonies mod, every building in this mod has a special block, which is called a hut. So this is that special block, and from here, this is where you interact with the workers. And really, in this mod, a lot of the stuff is done by the actual villagers and not by you yourself. You just kind of get them what they need, and they go to town.
It's actually hard for you to do any of the work because you don't know the recipe that they're using, so you have to just kind of let them be.
So we go upstairs. We see, basics, some crafting tables, scaffolding, some, storage. This uses racks for storage instead of chests. They have more space, so that's nice. This little view. Move around, and then over here we see some barrels, more storage, a plant. Gotta have a little bit of decoration. And then let's see, last but not least would be down here where he's got some underground storage. Yeah.
This
So
is where the
basically,
vast
we
majority of his storage is.
we put anything he needs into his storage, and he goes and builds what we tell him to build.
This is a max level building hut. This is a level 5
This is a
one.
max level building hut, indeed.
That's why he has just a chunk, a cubic meter of gold chilling in the building.
So after the first builder's hut, we built the town hall, which will now showcase, even though it's probably the, for some reason, second nicest building in our town. We'll get to first later. Yeah, that's our town hall. It's pretty dripped out. It's got all the flags. It's looking like a true and proper castle.
Mm-hmm.
Go inside. It's got a gate. So there are barbarians, which spawn
Indeed.
some knights, and at this point they actually get pretty strong. And the citizens will, if barbarians come, some citizens will just come and hang out in the town hall. As you see, it's pretty well fortified, and the barbarians, it takes them a long time to try and break those gates. The barbarians have never broken the gates.
Nope.
So once we go in, we can hang out on the ramparts first. Just some standard defensive ramparts. Some either arrow slits or dropping hot oil or whatever.
That's what I think.
Whatever
it is, yeah.
have you. Base pretty basic, but pretty solid. Let's get up here, look around, get a really nice view. Go back down and around. Yeah, just ramparts. You see down on the side, there's some plants. Keep people motivated. Yeah, on this side it looks like maybe some hay for some horses, and some quick repair for any weapons that need it. So now we'll head inside the entry hall with the throne, all the flags. This is again the hut block for the town hall where you can see information. We have 88 citizens. You can see all the types of citizens we have, all the jobs, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, citizens, you can look at every single person that we have in town, all their juicy details.
We do have quite a few people in town.
We do have quite a few people in town. So, it's pretty nice. It's got a little bit of stained glass. Why we only get this much stained glass? I guess because it's a castle, they want it to be truly safe. We'll go upstairs in a minute, but we'll start with the downstairs.
I never understood why we had so many British-like flags as well. Like, this is just the Cross of St. George over here.
Downstairs over here, we got a nice little bedroom. Pretty simple. Some bunks. Back in here, we have a magic-y area. Got the cauldron going on, some brewing stands, and of course the enchanting table. Then in the main area of the downstairs, this is a nice big dining area where we've got some cake laid out permanently. This cake does not spoil.
It's magic cake.
Yeah, more cake, and then a little kitchen, some storage, some stoves. Yeah, so we could have some great banquets down here. And then this back room, which is just more storage.
We got some kegs. That's what these are.
We do have kegs.
They're tripwire hooks, and they eventually look like kegs, I'm assuming.
Gotta get our ale. Now up the stairs we go. And we'll go up these stairs first to the next floor. There's these short windows to look at.
We're not sure why there's blood on the floor down there, but there is blood on the floor down there.
We don't need to talk about it. Then, some more rooms, presumably for guards, even though our guards don't actually live in here. Of course, more windows to shoot out of.
A bunch of beds that we can't actually use.
Ow. Then we'll go down slightly, I believe. Oh, that's all the way to the bottom. Up more? And we have, some little balconies. Here, up, to the top, where we see our flags again, and the tallest point in the village, outside of the mountainous area, you see off in the distance over there. Then we can go over here. Yes, I'm Mary Poppinsing, don't worry about it.
This is how he's gotten around for a very long time.
This is how I've gotten around for a very long time.
He got this umbrella, and now he just jumps off things constantly.
It's very efficient. See this nice little area, and we're looking down at something. I wonder what we could be looking down at. Well, it's another room. It's pretty nice. This would be the master bedroom of the town hall.
This is where the mayor
cartography table, food box, fireplace. Yeah, so that is.
It's nice.
That's building. Our town hall. It is a nice building.
And of course, this is again max level.
There's our beacon over there. Don't worry about it. So after the town hall, the next thing we built was the tavern, which is over here. So we started off with only a handful of villagers, but we had to recruit more and have born. To recruit more, we need a tavern. So this was the next building we built, and it's pretty simple what you expect from a tavern: some seating, some food, and of course plenty of alcohol. If you come here at night, there will almost always be someone just playing music in here. And upstairs, there are some basic rooms for the people who are checking out the village. I think after the tavern, we started building some other houses. There are a lot of houses in this colony, so I'll just go over the two main types right now, and then you'll see plenty of them. This is the standard house building. We have this nice dining area downstairs. Of course, the hut block, smoker.
You might actually be in Drew's house.
Some alcohol. It might be. You can check the housing. So Bailey Culkins, Aurelia C, Bruno Arnold, Calvin Culkins. So Drew's not in this one.
One of his sons is, though.
Or at
least one of his descendants, because it has the same last name.
And upstairs, there's a big old bed, and then there's a ladder. You can get upstairs again with some more beds, and I mean it's fairly straightforward, but it's better than the average Gen Z can hope for.
Yeah, it's a house.
It is a house. So that's a house, that's a house, that's a house, and they're all basically the same on the inside. But we do have one other type of house, which I'll briefly show you, which is this beachy, seaside house. Just a lot more condo-y.
Yeah.
A house block, and again, some basic amenities downstairs, and then a bed, and I believe it's basically one bed of floor. So this is like some, upscaled apartment type housing.
Yeah, these are for bachelors. They don't build a family here. Well, they all have their own bed, it looks like. Or it's for estranged married couples.
See.
One or the other.
So those are various housing options. Next, we built, we started with buildings around the town hall and then just kind of expanded outwards more. So two of the next buildings we built, which are very important. One of the most important buildings in the colony is this one. This is what allows things to get built relatively smoothly, which this is the warehouse. So you see it just is storage galore. We have so many things in here, so many racks. They've also been upgraded, so just look at that storage.
Yeah, it's a lot of
it's attractive storage. And we have, chests, so there's wood chests, there's some armor and cobblestone. Here we have watermelon. We have so much watermelon because of the farm that we'll show you later. And then upstairs, there's just as much, if not more, storage than downstairs.
Yep.
All kinds of good stuff.
This particular warehouse has been named a fulfillment center.
Yes.
Amazon already has their claws in our town.
Indeed. And then an ender chest, which we don't actually use, because why use ender chests when you can have racks full of chicken eggs? Yeah, and more watermelon. Yeah, we have so much watermelon. More watermelon.
They grow a lot of watermelon.
They grow a lot of watermelon. And
they only have one farm of watermelon. They shouldn't have that much watermelon, but they do.
Watermelon's very efficient. And of course, a warehouse. A warehouse is nice and all, keep things centralized, but it'd be a real pain if we had to ferry everything from the warehouse to all the people who needed it. So we instead hire couriers. So you see this is a courier hut. Samara is our best courier. So this, you will see this is a standard theme among the citizenry in our village. Something which, if you're wanting to do mine colonies, maybe it's in your best interest to try and find and modify this in the configs.
Yeah.
Because our citizens are the most, fascist, pro-military, industrial complex people you will ever come across.
Yeah.
So they are always complaining about guards, and they will complain about the lack of guards in the village until half of the village is guards.
Yeah.
Yes. So you just lie and tell them you'll work on it, but...
To put that into perspective, that would be as if the population of America was only happy if we had 160 million soldiers, police, mercenaries, stuff like that.
You see, she really is just fast. She runs everywhere. She takes things from the she takes things from the warehouse and she sends them to she runs them to the people.
She's got some legs. She's not even on that.
She does. She is fast. Alright, after the warehouse and couriers hut, another thing that we built fairly early on is over here, our university. Let's see, just looking at it from out front. Here is where the researchers tend to get in a close line behind each other, which looks a little
furiously
awkward,
research themselves.
But they furiously research. We see our tech tree. There's civilian combat technology unlockables. So unlockables only has one thing, so I don't really know what's going on there. But yeah, you can see the greens are all things that we have researched. So we've really done a lot. Combat, our knights and archers are really good because, well, we've made them really good. And technology,
barbarians and other mobs, they're actually really good at doing that.
Oh yeah. Technology, these are things to either unlock certain types of jobs, buildings, or make them better. So yeah,
we've unlocked every building. There is no
we've
building
unlocked
that
every
has not
building,
been unlocked.
yes. And we've built every building.
And built every building.
So here, yeah, you just see some nice places to sit and read, sitting reading, or standing and reading. Over here, we've got some beds, even though they don't sleep in these beds. Yeah, a lot of buildings have their own beds, and most of those buildings don't allow the people who work there to sleep in those beds. The primary exception is military ones, which really makes sense because you want your military people sleeping on base. But
yeah,
go upstairs and we see more study areas, maybe a nice little dining area. This completely not safe at all part where you can just walk out of the university and fall to your death.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's like that.
Then nice little roof. Go upstairs here to the highest point where it looks like there's miniature witch's tower type deal going on. We continue wrapping around to this side, and this looks like the dining area. We got some nice pots for some plants in here, and nice. No, maybe this is the biology botany section.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like horticulture or something.
And then, of course, we have a nice little courtyard with a fancy
water
pool
feature
in the middle. Yeah, so that that was a highly necessary building for most things, as well
Keep
as
in mind,
making those things better.
this is called a university. This is supposed to
Yes.
encompass the entirety of a university's, resources. So housing, library, all the research halls and such. Just keep this in mind as we continue this tour. This is an entire university. All right.
So, near the university, we have a hospital. Very good. We want, a smart person to be our doctor. Yeah, that is what our doctor looks like. The one in the plague mask. He wants poppies.
It's Jacob.
And patients will just lie down in these open beds without a partition or anything. And more down here.
We got the flu a lot before we got him.
We did get the flu a lot. Folks, do you know how to cure the flu? Carrots and potatoes. If someone eats
this
carrots,
is the worst timeline. Our citizens are fascists, and the anti-vaxxers were correct.
I see.
There is a holistic approach.
Now, over here, you'll see a guard tower. It is probably the most frequent building in our town. I'm not going to go inside this one because we have some others at a higher level to preview. But yeah, any just basic small and tall building like this that looks military, it's a guard tower. Guard towers are, well, necessary for guards, but they also expand the borders of the village. So later on, we'll see a daisy chain of guard towers that was simply required to expand the area we could place buildings in.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, this was our second builder's hut with our second builder, Analia. She's pretty good. Not as good as True. We love True the most, but she's pretty good. Then, right next to the hospital, right behind it, don't think anything of it, is our graveyard.
Quick disposal.
Yeah, with our gravekeeper, and we've lost some people, but not too many.
They're usually lost to mobs, not the raids. Including, sadly, True's son.
Yeah, this was tragic. This was True's son. He was our third builder, following in the footsteps of his dad, and he died because while he was building a certain building we'll see later, he decided to take torches down and not quickly put them up again. So mobs spawned right next to him while he was in the middle of building and just killed him. Most of the others you'll see died nobly in combat defending the village. We have an archer there, a knight there, a druid, another knight, another archer, a knight, an archer.
That appears to be Analia's son.
Yeah, and there's this little mausoleum down here. Composter, that's another unfortunate civilian death. The compost building, we'll see later, is just at the very edge of the village, so I guess Mom just got in before the guards could do. And the most recent one was Night. So,
but not bad considering our population.
Yeah, I mean, considering our population, only having 2 civilian deaths is pretty solid.
Yeah, and this was before our knights became hench.
Uh-huh. Alright, so speaking of knights, this building right here, looking pretty 40, because, well, this is the barracks. So this is where people, this is a glitch which sometimes happens. No, it is what it is. There's a barracks.
Just a little confused. It's fine.
As the gate, as our barracks towers. Go down. Again, these people actually do live here.
Yeah, military is the only other building that allows them to sleep on site.
Yeah, so this is our functional military. You see in the bottom left that people, kids are born, they grow up, and immediately, once they hit adulthood, they want a job.
And this isn't like the real world. We actually have to make sure everybody has a job.
Yeah, people will be upset if unemployment is below 0. So yeah, that is the barracks.
I like
see.
the courier huts, just how colorful they are. They got really colorful, like, livery around them.
Oh, this is the courier hut. Wait, is this Mars? No, this is the other one. Dax
Yep.
is our other main courier. As we continue back east, we see this nice little pond. This was a feature put in by Mark, and he put a lot of small fishes, as you see, some of which have grown pretty big.
Yeah, that's a pretty big catfish
That
over
is
there.
a pretty big catfish.
Luckily, we're not in the south. They would have tried and caught this with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't
Another
know,
house
people
there.
do catch fish with their bare hands around where we're from. They will stick their arm in the water, and then the fish will come for the arm, and they will remove their arm from the water with the fish wrapped around their arm. I've seen people do it before. It's insane.
Yep. So, rain, go away dance.
I've been doing it, but every time I do it, it's going to get worse.
So, an important part of this mod is keeping your citizens happy and healthy. And one thing that they do have to do is eat. So we have a nice big restaurant here. Some stoves. You see in here they have lots of carrots and steak. I guess that's what you need for a well-balanced diet. And plenty of seating area.
Vitamin E.
Seating. So yeah. Nice little restaurant.
Speaking of, this lady, where is she going? She's upset about something.
Most people get their food.
What are you upset about? Oh, it's a long way to walk because she's pissed off. The housing center has never been optimized.
Another guard tower. And then we have a lot of food things near the restaurant, which makes sense. This, as you can probably guess, is the bakery. So, worker in here makes some breads, makes some cakes, pastries, things of that nature. And then the couriers take them to the restaurant. Continuing in this food area, you'll see a lot of just cows milling about. A lot of close to dead cows milling about. We'll get to that in a minute. But yes, the watermelons in the warehouse. This is where they come from.
It's only one farm. I didn't excessively make farms.
And there's okay. Well, there used to be 2 melon farms, but then there's a carrot field. There's a wheat field. Another wheat field, and there is our farmer, who, as you can tell, as we glanced over the fields, is notoriously bad at replanting the fields. Like, he will sometimes replant things, but every now and again, and it looks like it's getting close to that point, but not there yet. We have to just go through and manually full plant the field. And here's the inside farmer's hut. Just got a lot of hay bales. Right next to the farmer's hut is the cowhand. And this guy is pretty notorious for being, I would say, the worst person at his job in the town. Yeah, because there are other, animal control individuals we'll see. But this is the singular one who is terrible at actually keeping them in their pens. The cows, they're supposed to be in there. But he just...
I've killed about 3 dozen of them so far that are out.
Yeah, he just leaves the gate open. So, of course, we have Carry-On, an amazing mod, so sometimes, we just have to either purge them or go around picking them up and throwing some of them back in the pens. And, or just killing them, yes. I'll save you.
There's so many of them. And we have plenty of steak. Our people are not hurting for food. Like, meat was a delicacy in olden days, not us.
Alright. So that's the cow herd's hut, and then right next to it at the edge of the village is we take all the cow droppings and we give them to this guy. There aren't actually cow droppings, but we give him other stuff, mostly seeds. And this is the composter. So he creates some compost, creates podzol and compost things which help out the farmers, be more efficient. Yeah, so that's this sector of the agrarian portion of the village. There is one other agrarian portion we'll get to later.
There's a mine
before we do so. Yeah, there's mine. This is our third builder. Carter, who replaced True's son. Back north a minute. This, as Mark noted, is our mine. Of our miner, Max Barentine. He's been Barentine. Been with us for a good while. I'm surprised he's.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's tragic. Apparently, a knight died right now. Well, that's pretty impressive, quite frankly. Yeah, go check that out. See what's going on there. And yeah, as we go into the mine, he's very organized with his mining.
2208, 3524.
You'll see it goes down. It
Oh,
goes.
I think he got into the water area near the library that I've fenced off. And I think he fell down into the cave proper.
I see.
Somewhere. I can't find his grave, actually.
Yeah, so he goes all the way down to negative 59. And if we go up just a bit, let's see which level. So the mine, he digs the
he fell down and died. It was not a mob that killed him, or I guess they got the last hit, but what really happened is he fell down, took a fuck ton of falling damage, and then an opportune miner got down here. Oh, our gravekeeper has gotten down here as well. He needs to not be down here.
Interesting. Yeah, the miner, he digs out this mine. He's gotten a decent amount of stuff for us, so props to him.
It goes deep.
It do go deep. It goes all the way down to the bedrock. Now we'll head on back up. It'll take a minute. And that's not the only layer he's expanded out from the mine shaft on, but up the ladder, not stairs. Oh, now he's coming down. I'll get out of your way. Oh, he's going back to work. Up the ladder.
Oh shit, Nate, go to the graveyard and recall Benicio. He's stuck underground in a cave.
Let's see.
Underwater. Actually, I need to do that really quick.
Let's see. After the mine, seen a lot of things here. That's again Courier's hut. That's the fort. That's the graveyard Mark is flying off to.
Okay, I got him back. He didn't die.
Here.
He's gonna go and try and do it again, though, isn't he?
This is our sawmill. Nice to see there's just a lot of wood. And where is it? There it is. There's a spinning water wheel to help turn the saws. And this guy, he makes complaining about having to walk. He just makes some basic wood stuff, wood slabs, wood stairs, fences, doors, ladders, buttons, trapdoors, chests, etc. Our basic wood stuff. He can make that in an automated fashion, so we don't have to. Right next to him, quite sensibly, is Royal G. Fudd, who is our lumberjack, or forester, I guess is what it's called. But yeah, and she just goes around, she plants trees, she chops them down, she gets wood. That's most of the wood that you saw earlier in our warehouse is from her. Powerful artifact, I see.
Can you go back to the graveyard? And he just recovered the gravestone, but I don't think he can get out on his own.
Sure. What he's saying is at any time you can press this recall worker button and they will just come back. Quite handy.
He's going to go bury the knight. You can actually watch it happen.
That's shame he was gonna go bury them.
He just dug up his grave.
Yep, now he's there. We mourn his loss. So yeah, now going to a bit of the military-industrial complex area. This Lucille, can you guess by her hat what she does? Yes, you can probably guess there, but she's the Fletcher. She makes arrows. And this guy right here is Jace. He's the blacksmith. He makes mostly just tools. So, you know, pickaxes, hoes, shovels, axes, etc. Jace takes care of it for us. Right here, you see the nice little archery range. This is the archery training center, where we have people who come here to train in the skills which make them good archers before we promote them to real guards.
Be careful around the ranges. They will mess up sometimes and shoot you as they're learning.
They don't always check range properly. Right next to it is the Squires Combat Academy, Knight Squires, where they, well, train to be knights, practice with the sword, all that good stuff.
They study the blade.
Study the blade indeed. Ladder there. So we went upstairs real quick. We can go downstairs. I believe there's just like some beds. Just some beds. Pretty simple, but you know, gets the job done. Gets them all ready to not die to a mob, but die to fall damage. Yeah, see, I'm just shooting away. Alright, so now we'll head off east for a bit. Guess someone is upgrading Analia's house right now.
Analia.
There are these signposts. These are inherent to the mod. We didn't put these here. What these signposts mean is they point in a direction, and in that direction, at that distance, there will be a village. So if you could like perfectly line up this direction and went 2,000 blocks, there'd be a village there. Let's see, that is like southeast. And yes, that points to this village, which it's actually pointing to the village that we started off this mod pack in.
Yep.
And 5,000 blocks to the west. I don't
know if we've seen that one.
No, I did go there.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. Alright, so yeah. That's just a nice little thing that, you know, if you need to interact with villagers, sometimes you'll just come across those signposts, and well, sometimes they are pretty far away, like in this one, but they will point you to a village. Next up is this guy, who is, he's had some issues, but I think we've figured him out and he works well now. Jax, he's the mechanist, I believe?
Yes, the mechanist.
He makes very few things, but important things. He makes mostly just gates.
Yep. Yeah. Nobody else can make them. There is no recipe for us
to make them. Yeah, a lot of the things that the people make, like the baker makes bread. We can make bread. Now the Jax, the blacksmith, he can make pickaxes. We can make pickaxes. We, as players, cannot build gates. He is the only way to build gates, which has been irritating at times in the past, because he's been a bottleneck more than once. But yeah. I digress.
We think we know how he works now.
Over here, we have Cohen, who this is the stonemason. So you see, he does things with stone. He makes things out of cobblestone, makes things out of stone. Basically, the analog of the sawmill, but for stone-related products. Next to him, we have over here, not Nick, at the smeltery. So he smelts stuff. He has fuel, smeltable ores. You can just give the ores to him. The miner Miner mines up the ores, carrier takes it to the warehouse, carrier takes ores from the warehouse to this guy, he smelts it into ingots, and then goes back to the warehouse for ingots in the warehouse. And we don't have to do a thing. Pretty nice system.
That's kind of the whole point of the mod, is to get everything made by your villagers instead of you.
Then stone smelter. Don't know if we've ever really used this guy because we have infinite source of stone, but as you can see in the recipes, basically it just takes things at the like cobblestone level and turns them into real stone into stone bricks, etc.
Never seen this little like paper that shows the recipes he's working on.
Then let's head to the west for a bit. Oh no, I actually have
just
to
walk up that hill.
Yeah, alright. So I need a demonstration of something for a moment. So yeah, you see right here, it's 2 tall, it's 3 high tall. I'm wearing special boots right now, or I should say not my normal boots, because my normal boots have a fun little thing on them where I do this, and I just walked up. That's too tall. I walked up. What do you mean? So yeah, my boots have additional step height, so I can just step up things, which is very nice at times and very not nice at other times. So for instance, say I want to enter into this house here, oh no, I'm on the roof. Yeah, so it steps up whether I want it to or not, which sometimes makes it very difficult to just enter buildings because I try to walk in the door and I wind up on the roof.
This is why one of the reasons you see he has this Mary Poppins umbrella with him all the
time.
He ends up high a lot.
I end up high. I don't want to take the fall damage, so Mary Poppins braces me. So I'm just going to showcase what this can do. So I mean, climbing up a mountain is of course a skill in Minecraft, and figuring out the pathways where you can jump up one at a time to reach the summit. Now I remember doing that countless times throughout my Minecraft journey. If you have boots like these, however, you can just say Leroy Jenkins and just kinda whoop. Oh, there's actually a place I had to go to the side, but yeah, and now I'm at the top. That is what we'll be looking at next. What we have looked at already is that over there. We see the town hall off in the distance. This itself, if you've been to England or just have any knowledge whatsoever of historical landmarks, should maybe make you think somewhat of like Stonehenge. Or if you've
better
played,
condition, though. We're not missing any.
Yeah, if you've played Civ 6, you might recognize it looks kind of similar there. This is a mystical site. So this
Oh yeah, it does look like a holy site.
Yeah, it looks like a holy site in Civ 6. So yeah, I mean this basically no one works here or anything. It's just a place to make the villagers happier. That is legitimately what it does.
They have a spirituality request, and this helps.
Now what is...
This is our last... This is the Alchemist Tower.
This is the Alchemist Tower, yeah. So this was one of the most recent buildings we constructed. And we haven't really used the Alchemist much, but we have one. This was more because we wanted every building. Yeah. But yeah. The Alchemist primarily interacts with Druids, but we found that Druids are unfortunately just not very good, so we focus on Knights and Archers instead. That we'll get to later. We're heading to the west.
There's also a enchanting whatever down here.
Yeah, we'll get to some of those
hidden in the later. Walk wall.
So you'll see that there are these nice paths that Mark has made, which the villagers tend to just not go on.
Nope.
A nice little garden. They do like to go in here because this is a dirt path, which makes them faster, so they like going on the dirt path.
At least I know that I'm getting the use out of the garden.
Oh. Over here, this is a smaller secondary warehouse for items produced in this area of the town. This over here was a building with a really cool concept. It is the Nether Mine, where there's supposed to be a portal for the Nether there, and that guy's supposed to go and get us special things from the Nether. But this kept breaking the server, so unfortunately, be careful about this if you try this mod pack. We could go into the Nether fine, but yeah, something about this was causing real issues and causing the server to crash. So unfortunately, I had to shut it down. But the building does look cool.
It does.
Over
Very
here, we've
purple.
got a nice little well, some clean water for the villagers. Over here,
Another courier hut.
another courier hut for said warehouse. Some more beachfront properties for the people in this area.
Yeah, if they have to work in the industrial sector, I might as well give them nice houses.
And here we have see that's why I had Mary Poppins. I just casually walking around took fall damage. So this is Hugh. He is our courier. See, this is the quarry. So he's digging everything. And you can see that these blocks in a ring around the outside are actually what he uses to get himself up out of the quarry. So you see there's the bottom, and then he steps up one, and they just go up one at a time in this circle. And since I have fancy boots, I can just walk up to the side of it.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll go back to the top of the mountain and look down for a moment to give some perspective, because it looks cool from the bird's eye view.
I like the crane on the quarry. It looks cool.
Yeah, the crane is nice. Yeah, so that's, looks pretty impressive from up here. And he would eventually just go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, then you see we have a few more buildings over there, as I Mary Poppins elf. And we actually tested that, this umbrella just makes you fall at the same pace as feather falling. Anyway, this Carolyn B. Clavel, the sifter. Yeah, so she just sifts sand and gravel and sometimes gets fun stuff out of it. Another guard tower. What level are you? You're level 3. I know we have some level 4 ones.
There's a 4-1 near the library.
Let's see.
And near Analia's house.
This place looks pretty fancy down here. I remember, yes, one time we had a citizen get stuck in an infinite loop on this small little circle, but we let her go. Yeah, this is the Crusher. So she's crushing some tough stuff into weaker stuff. Gravel and sand, cobbled gravel, tough into cobble. Pretty simple, but can be valuable, especially with the quarry right there. And let's see.
Let's give the concrete.
This building.
Or I guess this one. This is the glass blower, I believe.
There's a glass blower. Takes sand, makes glass.
Which is honestly pretty nice, considering that we always had to go and eat our beaches to get sand otherwise.
Then, see, you saw it again right there. I tried to enter a building and there.
If you hold shift, does that stop you from going up?
No, it does not.
Okay.
And this is the concrete mixer's hut. So a lot of the buildings at their top tiers require concrete. We can make concrete ourselves, but he can also make concrete for us. So yeah, that is, as we see, we've just toured this section. And at the beginning, we toured most of this section. We'll go back to a few last things here in the northwest part of the village, and then we'll go to the southern extension of the village. We'll walk in on it.
This is an amazing potion. 1 second, Nate. Come here. This will help you not have to eat as much. This is a potion of, and I shit you not, it says it, liquid bread. Gives you saturation and absorption, so your food should last longer.
Let's see. This is just a random side area that got built up a little bit as we were waiting on the builders to build the actual buildings, because we can't build the actual buildings, the buildings have to, and sometimes that caused us to have some real doubt. Just nice quaint little area. Got some simple farms.
There's an emu.
Over here, we have Bailey Culkins, who makes dyes. You'll see some of our buildings have some pretty fancy stuff in them. make the stained glass in the town hall, some special wool, and she helps out with all of that. Speaking of special wool, you see down there is a gigantic cluster of sheep pens, reasonably well organized, but not perfectly organized. This fancy purple and yellow building is our enchanter's tower. So this guy, we don't really use him because what he gives back...
He's expensive.
Yeah, what he gives back to us is good, but it's not as worthwhile as what it costs. So he is an enchanter. And yeah, it's a cool building, but quite frankly, just not worth to actually use him. So he's kind of sitting there, and he's not complaining because he has a job, but we don't
Why does he
actually...
have so many eggs on him?
We don't actually make him do it.
He has 18 stacks of eggs.
I wonder if he just has to walk by this chicken pen to get to work every day.
Oh, I see. And he's picking up eggs.
And then in here we have our florist. She just grows flowers, a lot of which go up to dyer from there. Over by the sheep, there are some other pens for rare or abnormal animals, like I have an elephant, I have the mushroom, some special bees, gazelles,
roadrunners,
chimpanzee, capuchin monkey, gorilla, good stuff, raccoons.
These guys are a menace. They have to be kept inside or they'll take everything on the ground.
The axolotl and a frog and some snakes, rattlesnakes. Okay, now we will work back south a bit. I mean, it's always nice, to do these at the end to really get a reflection on just how much you've actually done. Because in the moment as it's going by, it can get lost on you a little. I mean, what did we end up playing this pack for 8 or 9 months to do it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we started sometime in the fall last year, I believe. It's like when you haven't seen a relative for a very long time. They're like, you grew so much. You never realized you grew. Like it was happening to you gradually, but for the relative who has no, reference, you grew a lot. The same with this town.
So something that was alluded to earlier. First, this is Guard Tower 4, which I believe is the top level guard tower we have.
Yeah, we haven't made any 5. Amazing.
So this one might be an archer. Yeah, it goes up, up, up. Then this looks like an archer. Nice little outpost to just spray the barbarians down below. Pretty simple building, but again, because it extends your borders, it's quite...
It's like old Stellaris. If you remember how territory was in old Stellaris, you get like a circle around your outpost. It's basically that, but of course in Minecraft it's a square.
So now recall how when we showed you the town hall, we were like, this... It's almost the nicest and most ornate building in the town. But no. The nicest and most ornate building in the town is the one we'll look at now, which is the library. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the library. It's got, a nice brick, nice roof. It has more stained glass than the town hall. It has a miniature graveyard on the side. Why? We're not sure. Yeah, from here you get a really good look at the stained glass. It's actually quite pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
is quite nice.
This building is...
This building is the hardest one to upgrade.
Yes, this takes longer than the town hall, which
is
combined. We have a lot of...
It's busy in here now.
Yeah, we have a lot of people just in here studying. You hear them getting XP and leveling up as they study. There's all kinds of books. Nice ambiance. There's a lectern up there for someone who wants to be given some speeches or lectures. All kinds of seating. Go off to the side. There's a nice little courtyard, again with a small water feature. Go in here, and there's some, more private type study rooms. Go in here, and there's some beds. Over here,
this part of the dormitory.
Over here, there's some basic storage for some drinks, and I guess elementary kitchen. Over here, we have tree back, and then the stairwell. We go
Wow, they're
upstairs.
really learning down there.
That's the next floor. And it looks like
It's a piano, I think.
it's a piano. Let's see. Huh.
Or maybe an organ. I never noticed
Piano,
this up
organ.
here.
That's something along those lines. Down here, just more rooms. Or, oh no, this one might be for eating.
Sure, maybe.
Go upstairs more, and there's a bell at the top of the steeple. So yeah, I mean,
a lot
this
of iron holding it.
We can look out and see. Yeah, I mean, this library is
pretty swish. Let's
a
be honest. Like it looks nice.
Building. Yeah,
and it should, considering how long it takes.
Yeah. And then what Mark was talking about earlier is probably a guard. Just getting into here.
Up a bit more of it.
And see, there's this ethereal glass that we can fall through, and it used to be you could just fall, and there's a big old cave down there. Just fell and died.
Yeah.
Okay, so for a while,
came up and blocked it in.
Yeah, for a long while, the library was the southernmost point in our village. But recently, about a couple months ago, there were more things and we realized we had to expand south. So you'll see a daisy chain of guard towers, expanding the borders of our village, and then some buildings in here we'll look at now. So this building is Plantation. And everyone there is there voluntarily and is paid a good wage. But yeah, it grows 3 things: cacti, sugar cane, and bamboo.
As you see, are all useful, to be honest.
Yeah, they are all useful. We don't actually have it grow any sugar cane because of something that has been quietly in the background this whole time, but you probably have noticed it by now, which is, and I'll just go all the way down here to show because there's another building that was skipped, which is particularly around the northeast border of the colony, where there is substantial beachfront. You see something tall there in the distance. What could that be? Ah, yes. That would be sugarcane. The northeast border of our colony to the sea has a great barrier of sugarcane.
Who needs carbon nanotubes for space elevators? Sugarcane are obviously strong enough.
If we ever need sugarcane, we can just go break one of those and we will have more than a stack of sugarcane.
Yeah, anybody who's wondering what mod this is, that's Apotheosis. It uncaps the limit of sugarcane. There's an option to uncap the limit of cactus. Apparently it's not set right now, though.
So, buildings we skipped over earlier, this is our school. So when kids are born, they cannot have a job yet, even if they immediately want one once they hit adulthood. But in here, they can come to the school and raise their stats so that they are better or when they become adults. But right now, we do not actually have any children in town.
Nope.
So, yeah, it's pretty simple building. I think this is
supposed to be a swing.
Night glitching out again.
I think this is supposed to be a swing with this thing hanging
from
it.
Makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
Sense. Random fun fact of the day: the swing that Naruto swung on in the childhood had more screen time than Tenten.
Rip.
So yeah, back down the seaside beaches. One other building down here we skipped over. Again, near the bakery and the restaurant. Yeah, I think this was actually the first building for generating food that we had, which is the fisherman's hut. This little area. You can stand on the pier and fish. Yeah, or stand over there and fish.
And she's fishing right now.
She's fishing right now, even if her hook is in the sand.
She's also the original, I believe.
Yeah, I believe she is the original fisherman. I mean, everyone is playing their part to ensure that our townsfolk have a balanced diet.
The only thing we really don't grow much is fruit. But we do get some from, I think, the lumber yard when we cut down oak trees. We
And
should get some.
watermelon.
Oh, and watermelon. Right, watermelon. Who could
Yes.
forget? Okay, we probably do have all of them then. Even dairy, you can milk
yeah,
the cow.
the cow hand will milk the cows if we tell them to. Right, so yeah, there's the plantation.
This water wheel looks cool at the plantation.
Yeah.
I like these little things.
Next to the plantation is the apiaries. Apiary. Apiary and the apiarist with their little beekeeper hat. So yeah, makes the honey.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff, good stuff. The plantation, yeah, another guard tower over there. Let's see, I guess some lemon trees.
Huh.
And then over here is the builder for this region, who is Kendrick. If you recognize the last name, it's Nalia's son.
Oh, and I built a level 5 house. That's the first one we have. We might as well have a look at that.
Oh, we'll do that. So there are 3 houses in here.
4.
4 houses
to the
in
left.
here.
Yeah, we had a bit of a housing crisis, so urban development came through.
Over here we have a rabbit hutch. So
Note the rabbits are in the fenced area and not around the town.
I could help you with that.
He has plenty of carrots, so they will keep reproducing like rabbits.
Every once in a while, he'll take out an axe and murder them.
Yeah. You don't worry about that part as much, though. And then over here, we continue on with the animals. We have shepherd's hut. Pretty simple building, but I don't know. It looks like she's going out to butcher some sheep.
Yeah.
See? Yep. You just. Oh,
Yep.
no, there we go. Hey, the people, they need lamb. Part of a balanced diet. And I'm pretty sure. Last but not least, there's one more after this. Is the swineherd's hut. So yeah, all kinds of piggies in here. And then her who kills the pigs. Quite frankly, I'm surprised she's allowed there to become this many pigs.
Yeah.
There might be a purge soon, or she might be missing ox. Talk to her about that.
She's complaining about having to walk a long way.
I don't care about that. Does she have an ox?
Yeah, she has an axe.
Huh. Interesting. I guess it just holds more than some of the others.
Yeah, she wants to grow more of them, I guess.
And now, truly last but not least, is the chicken hut. We have a dude who raises chickens.
And a cow has somehow gotten even here. Do this. Die.
Where's the actual lock here?
In here, through the gate.
Chicken farmer's hut. We don't have a chicken farmer. Let's see.
Oh, nobody just took that job?
So you'll make it Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Isn't that close to the League of Legends character name? Aaliyah?
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Throw rocks. Alright, so where was the tier 5 house?
It's Analia's, so back near her builder's hut.
I'll go /home. This was where we lived. This is my bed, surrounded by cake, because I like cake. Stuff for a refrigerator. And upstairs, clock, beds, bathroom, janitor's table. We basically just went in there to sleep. A small self farm for food that we would eat. That. See. House tier 5. Shooting up some sparklers. Oh,
Yeah, fireworks. They just don't have anything
Fireworks.
on them.
have some watermelon, some lamb. They're going to be good for dinner. House, Jack.
They got a keg in the house.
Analia and Anne.
Good day to you.
Pretty nice thing. Upstairs. See this room. Oh, Analia's getting ready for bed. Pretty early for you to be getting ready for bed, but I guess you just don't have any work to be doing since you just finished this.
It looks like nobody has to use a ladder anymore to get to their beds.
So we have proper
it's real
stairs for
cush.
everyone.
They got a balcony.
Nice double bed. A little balcony. There's a ladder up here.
But I don't think there's a bed up here. It's just the
some attic storage. Right, I must be missing something then. I've only seen 3 beds.
2 here. The one that Anaya is next to, that's 3. And then you missed this other bedroom off to the side over here.
Ah, I see. Ah, so that's the 5 beds.
Oh, there's a closet.
Oh.
Huh. Yep, this is a level 5 house.
I can help.
5 beds. So yeah, I guess I'll go back up to the top of the mountain real quick and crank up my render distance temporarily.
Your computer will not appreciate.
Options. I mean, normally I play with it pretty low. Pick it up to 20.
You can't even see across the entire town with even 32 render, which is the highest this mod pack has. I can just barely see the restaurant over there.
I think that didn't really do much. So yeah, I mean, here we see a lot of stuff done on the map. No, all these buildings, this was purely just plains and trees and stuff when we got here, and look at it now.
It's quite a nice little town. We have over 100 people living in our village.
I mean, I don't think we have 100 buildings, but we probably have 50 plus building.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could count.
1, 2, 3, 10, 12, 13. 20.
I could help you with that.
Yeah, more than 50, but I don't think quite 100.
I'm thinking somewhere around 70 at least.
That's quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, there was nothing here.
There's nothing here. So yeah, I guess we have you've seen the buildings. There are just 2 things left that I would like to do. One, which I told Mark about earlier, is this mod pack did have a quest system.
As all good mod packs do.
This quest system is quite extensive, and that there are a lot of quests not really tied to the village building aspect, and so we just decided we'll focus and we'll say it's good once we've done the village building aspect, because that's what we came through to do, and as you can see by the exclamation marks, it's something we accomplished. Now, the quests have rewards, and I haven't, and Mark, I believe, has not either.
Not really.
Collected rewards in quite some time. So we are going to go someplace somewhat open. Let's go up by the dyer's hut, I think. That looks like some nice open flat land. And we're going to press collect all on our quest rewards. And watch the explosion which follows.
Just organize my inventory. All right.
Oh, new kid. I'll have them go to the school later. All right, you have the quest book open?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Oh my lord! It condensed it.
I can help
That's
you.
beautiful. Ah, yes. Ah, just. That is something right there.
Let me get
Quick,
some
spawn
chests.
some
Let's see
chests.
how many we can hold. Let's see. Do we have better chests? We do. Iron chest. Let's just spawn a nice diamond chest. Here you go, Nate.
I can't pick it up. Just place them.
I think a diamond chest will hold everything. Maybe.
What is it? What is it?
Oh, the game is struggling with this.
Oh, we didn't. A diamond chest was not enough.
No. More.
Indeed. Ooh, the game is struggling. I'm not picking up items anymore. Oh no. Server? Oh, the server is very unhappy.
That makes some sense.
Everything on the console right now is skipping entity with ID, skipping entity with ID, and it's throwing that every 5 milliseconds. No. It's throwing several of them every millisecond. The server is unhappy.
Yeah. Okay, so while we wait,
We flew too close to the sun.
while we wait for the server to catch up a bit, we can do the last thing, which is just a general review of the pack. It's good to talk about it, get our thoughts out there. Strengths of the pack, I definitely say it's overall a very chill pack. The townspeople are really doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you. That's kind of the purpose. It's like you're an executive,
Hmm.
you're a manager. So if you're looking for something that can be chill, laid back, doesn't require your attention all the time, even while you're playing, it's a good choice. Also, I mean, it is quite satisfying to just watch the town go from zero to hero. You'll see the fruits of your labor.
Oh, server's back.
I see. And planning stuff
Well, a
out.
little bit.
Planning stuff out can be fun as well if you're into that sort of thing. If you like, the planning type scenarios. Downsides, it's pretty complicated getting the workers to do things, I'm sure, from the programming standpoint. So sometimes the AI for the workers is kind of not amazing. But it's not the end of the world. Also, I did say there can be a lot of downtime,
Which I
which
think
is a
would be
plus or a
alleviated
minus.
with if we actually did the rest of the pack of all their quests. I think that's what you're supposed to do as people are working the rest of the pack.
I see.
But
That makes
we got this
sense.
pack specifically to do the village.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's one that it's really up to the individual. I mean, if it's your cup of tea, you should really like it. If you're someone who only likes, combat or... Oh no, he did this again.
Observe the random walk, Nate. Oh, Nate's opening loot. Nate's exploding with loot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was a fun experience. I enjoyed this pack. Is it the type of pack I would play again? I don't think so. Not because it's
Least-
bad, but
Not on this version of Minecolonies. A lot of this is like really old Minecolonies. Despite this being 1.18, Minecolonies has certainly gotten much better with other updates that we are not, access to. Netherite scrap. That's a pretty good loot.
okay, 2 mining hats. I will have to show my hat collection, at least some of it.
You never knew you played TF2?
Associated goodies there.
Wither Rose.
So yeah, I guess that's my general thoughts on the pack, Mark. Are there any things that you wish to add?
It's a pretty good chill pack. Definitely a more creative pack in terms of how you play it. There is technical, but most of the technical comes from the fact that the villagers don't always do what you want them to do. They have some quirks that you have to figure out how to work around. Like sometimes you tell a builder to do something and they'll just stare at their builder's hut for a second until they think about it. And by a second, I mean several days. And then they finally get moving sometimes. You can always encourage them to move by kind of resetting their orders. You can also get them to work faster by giving them meth. It's a good solution we found that gives them speed and the ability to break blocks faster. Very useful for builders. We don't know if that's moral or whatever, but whatever. A very chill pack. I think my favorite part is just pressing M and looking at the town. I think despite what EA tried to sell you with Battlefront 2, it really does give you a sense of pride and accomplishment. Because like Nate said, this entire peninsula was just plains and forests, and now it's a bustling town. It looks really nice. If you have that, penchant for wanting to, develop an area and have control over what it looks like, then I definitely think this pack is really good for that. Minecolonies is a great mod for that sort of thing. As you can see, the place is actually quite extensive. I planned some of the stuff. We had other people planning as well. We have a member here that's not here that helped build the town with us, Kayla, but we don't need to get into that right now. But I gotta say, I think this pack amazingly actually has increased my creativity in Minecraft. Like, I used to always want to do things very symmetrical, very, very orderly and such. And while that works, and it definitely helps me on my OCD level, it doesn't always look the best for a town. Sometimes you need to just have natural and organic development. Like, for instance, if you've ever seen the Tokyo subway system, it looks pretty random, but it's based off of a natural process. And I think that this town kind of has that same kind of feeling. I started, like, as you can see in the beginning, it was very grid-like. I had very neat and orderly streets, perfect right angles. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? What happens if I do make some things curvy or zigzaggy or make them just kind of sprawl off in all directions? And the answer is, it looks really nice, honestly. So I think this pack, honestly, might engender in you a level of creativity and, kind of, honestly, like, artistic sense in it. It's a very nice pack, a very chill. I mean, there's raids of the barbarians and some of the monsters can get pretty strong, but that's not the focus of this pack. There's no, like, overpowered like weapons or defenses you can build or whatever. It's classic Minecraft just turned up to 11. Like all this stuff in here I could see actually eventually coming to Minecraft. I could see like a real development of the village system in Minecraft into something like this. So yeah, I recommend it if you want a nice chill pack where, yeah, there's some downtime. There's a lot of, maybe somewhat frustrating moments of getting the villagers to work the way they want to work. But all in all, pretty fun, pretty chill. Our next pack is not going to be chill. It's going to be the opposite of chill. And it's not going to be very like agrarian and idyllic like this one is. But this, I think, was a nice palate cleanser after Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles and Sevtech Ages. And of course, this video will be posted to our YouTube channel for posterity, so we will never lose record of what the three of us built. So yeah, I think that's everything. That's the town, that's the exploration. You met a lot of the villagers along the way. Yeah, so I think we'll sign off and close this chapter of modded Minecraft history with a fond farewell.
Indeed. So
Bye.
for the last time, from Chromaville.
Yep, that's the name of our
We
town,
will,
if we never actually said it. Chromaville.
Sit in the throne, wearing our halo, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye.